Sitaram, Sitaram, Sitaram.
Well, we got a couple of email questions asking what was the relationship of Hanuman to the devotional path. And, that's a big question, as are all of these questions. And I can answer it extremely personally, and I can answer it a little bit from my limited understanding of Hinduism. So I'll try to do a little bit of both. Well, Hanuman, the monkey god, is a symbol of devotion, of complete devotion. He's powerful. He's extremely powerful. But he is so much about love that he actually forgets his power until the time when his power is called forth, when Ram, the Lord of Lords, needs him to exercise his powers. And then Hanuman expands to a mountain of gold and jumps across the ocean and brings about the demise of the demon kingdom. So with Hanuman, every drop of his being, his mind, his heart, his incredible physicality is offered in service to Rama. So Hanuman is not just devotion, like in a room somewhere singing and praying and blissing out. Hanuman is devotion in action. So how does this relate to us, to human beings, to me? That's a hard question, and I must say it's a question that I'm still just learning. Last year I was in India at my guru's temple, one of his temples in the mountains, and I was amazed to see how everyone is so busy around there, and they're working so hard, just the maintenance of the temple, the giving of prasad to everyone, as well as chanting, singing, doing their japa, doing their prayers. And there was it kind of opened a, well, who am I and where am I in this practice? And I asked my spiritual mother there, I said, you're always telling me how beautiful my singing is, and that's really great. It makes me feel so happy to hear you say that. But I have to confess that a lot of times I'm singing and I kind of feel like I'm just working. She said, that's because it's service. You Americans think that service is eat a laddu and sit down and go into bliss. But for us, service sometimes it's filled with anxiety, and it's always filled with work. You're doing your service. It doesn't matter what you feel. So back to Hanuman. Hanuman, when he's not working, he's sitting there singing. But every other minute, he's serving Rama. He's doing everything that needs to be done for Rama. And do you think that he thinks about his mood or his bliss or his high? I doubt he even has a chance for that, because he's taking care of Rama. Maharaji, my guru, Neem Karoli Baba, most of the time, I won't say all of the time, but most of the time stayed and lived in Hanuman temples. And he had Hanuman temples constructed for his devotees. When I first went to India in 1971, I guess it was, I didn't know much about Hanuman. I'd heard a little bit, but I met Hanuman, I guess I would like to say, in Maharaji's temples. And there was a time, one day I've been there for several weeks, and Maharaji disappeared that night. He had that habit. He would either tell his devotees to leave, he'd say, "Ciao," talk to them like you talk to a stray dog, but in a loving way, "Get out of here." Or sometimes he would disappear. So one morning I got to the temple, and he was gone. And I didn't at that time think that he was my guru. I didn't even realize how deeply attached I had become to him. And then he was gone, and I didn't know what to do. My heart was broken. It's like, whoa, my beloved. So I went out and I sat in front of this beautiful Hanuman statue that I had been every day, kind of going like this to, but not paying that much attention. And I sat down in front of Hanuman, and I started singing. And to me, Hanuman was Maharaji, and Maharaji was Hanuman. And I was just singing and singing. And I think maybe for the first time, this incredible longing and sense of just wanting and needing and pain in my heart was expressed through the kirtan. And I was singing to my guru. And really, since that day, I would say that there's some synonymity, is that a word, between Maharaji and Hanuman for me. They're the same. Now, many people in India, devotees of Maharaji, say that him and Hanuman are the same. I can never comment about those things until I have a direct experience, and perhaps I never will, and that's quite all right. But I sing to Hanuman, and I feel like I'm singing to Maharaji. And I know, this part I know, that whenever we sing, Hanuman is there, and he's blessing us, and he's showering blessings on us, because we can't find devotion except through the blessings of the complete devotees, like Hanuman. And on the other side, like Radha.
Jai Sitaram, Jai Jai Hanuman, Jai Sitaram.